Hi everybody, it's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan, and today we're going to be playing with the Country Club paper and embossing folder, which is the Argyle, and some of the embellishments here. And we're going to make this cute little gift box that opens up just like this, and you could put treats in it or a gift. So I wanted to show you how to make this, and we'll go ahead and get started. So first you're going to need your paper trimmer, and then you're going to need a piece of crushed curry cardstock that is 8.5 by 11, and on the 8.5 inch side we need to score it at a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and start on my right hand side, and I'm going to score that at that 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to flip it over and then proceed with the rest of the measurements. 3 inches, 4.5 inches, and 7 inches. And then on that 11 inch side, we want to score it at a 1/2 inch. So again, I'm going to use my right hand side. So get that 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to score it at 2 inches. And I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch, and then turn it over and score it at 2 inches. Okay, so this is what you're left with. Now we're going to move our paper trimmer, and we're going to bring in our bone folder, and we want to burnish all the edges, or sorry, all the score lines. And what this does is it breaks down the fibers in the paper so you get a nice crisp edge, especially when you're working with boxes or 3D items. Okay, now we're going to go the other way. Super simple to make. It holds quite a bit, and it's fun to gift. And I'm always looking for guy ideas, and this is a great one. Okay, so now you have it all nice and burnished. Now what you want to do is you want to bring in your paper snips, and you want to hold it on the short side, and you're going to cut up through to the second score line on all these tabs. And then the one that has the 1/2 inch tab up here, we're going to cut this whole 4 corner section off right at the score line. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to tab this little piece just like that. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to remove the little triangle on this first little box, and we're going to wedge. Actually, let's cut this in half, and then we're going to wedge this piece. So just like that, and just like that. Okay. Now this one you want to keep all intact. We're just going to wedge the edge. Wedge the edge, that rhymed. And on the second, or the last one, which is on the bottom, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut it in half, and we're going to wedge it up. Just like that. So that's what one side looks like. Now we need to repeat that on this side. But we need to leave one more item because it's not going to be one that opens up. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to turn it to where the 1/2 inch is facing us. We're going to tab that and cut off these 2 pieces here. Okay. Then I'm going to cut off the 1/2 inch tab on this one. Actually, all the way down here. So I didn't need to have you make that score line. That was my bad. Okay. So we want to just cut up the score lines on the rest of these. And then on the smaller ones, we're going to cut it in half and wedge. So this is what you're left with. Let me get all my scraps out of the way. That's what you're left with, my friends. Okay. Now we went ahead and cut some of the Country Club Designer Series paper, and it was at 2 3/8 by 7 3/8, and you're going to I think I cut these too long. Let me measure this again. Oh, it should be, sorry, 6 7/8. So hold on just a second here. And I'm gonna fix that. We gotta get our paper trimmer. So let's grab our paper trimmer and put out that arm. Okay, Chris, come on. And I'm going to cut both of them together. So I'm going to cut them at 6 7/8. Okay. Now we should be good to go. Okay. So you just need one of those pieces of paper, and you're going to put it on the section that has the tab, because that's the front. So go ahead and adhere that down right into the center there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add tear and tape to this 1/2 inch tab down here on the bottom. And we're going to, whoops, I'm dropping things over here. We're going to take that release paper off. And we're going to fold this over. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to work on the bottom. And the bottom is the one that doesn't have this tab. So we're going to push in the two sides. We're going to add a little glue. And we're going to push in the back. The back is the one that doesn't have the Designer Series paper on it. And then we're going to push on the front here.
I didn't get that. Could you try?
Just like that. And then I'm going to set it on its bottom, and I'm going to take a ruler. There's a ruler. And I'm just going to push down, making sure that it's nice and glued together. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this up and just add the tab. Just like that. And then you're going to take your Country Club twine, and I don't know why, but I cannot find mine. So I am using some of the Night of Navy Baker's twine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around the box, kind of like at an X shape, just like this. Whoops, I need a little bit more. My X came apart. And then I'm just going to tie a knot. Because you're not going to see that in the middle here, the knot. And then you're going to trim off the ends. It's much cuter with the Country Club Baker's Twine, but since I don't have any, we'll just have to make do, right? I must have used it all on projects. Okay. Then I took one of my stitched nested pieces, and I did the piece that was about 3 3/4, and I ran it through the Argyle embossing folder that comes in this suite of product. And we're going to go ahead and add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back here. Come on. They are just not wanting to come off. I'm going to add one more right in the middle. There we go. So we'll take the adhesive off the back. We'll bring that in and layer that right down into the center of our box. And then there's some wood elements that come with this kit. And I'm using the shield and then the filigree pieces that look like this. And what I'm going to do is on the shield piece, I'm going to use It's Your Day from the Best Catch stamp set. And we're going to stamp using Night of Navy ink. Oops. So let me get my Night of Navy ink here. Get that on a block and then press down on that, just like that. And then on the little filigree vine pieces, we are going to use our Stampin' Blends, and we are going to color them in Poppy Parade. So I'm going to take the dark Poppy Parade and I'm going to color it in just by kind of... So that's what's nice about these wood elements, is you can make them any colors you want. Okay, and then one last thing, we're going to take our shaded spruce marker and we're going to go around the shield here with that. So as you can see, your Stampin' Blends are like endless. There's endless possibilities with them. You can color ribbon, you can color these wood pieces. Okay, then I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue and carefully I'm going to add glue all over the element. And I don't want to pop that out. I'm going to put that right on down into the middle. And then I'm going to do the same thing on these little vine pieces. And you're going to have to let this set up for a minute because they're heavier elements, but that's okay. Because your project is virtually done. So once you get those on, just like that, then I would set that aside to let that dry, and you are done with your project just like that. I apologize for dropping things in this video and having a few little mishaps, but I hoped you guys enjoyed making this project with me today. If you have any questions or need any help with anything, please let me know. And until next time, we will be crafting again later. Bye-bye.